In the quiet hours of November 13, 2022, a sense of unease settled over Moscow, Idaho. A typical Sunday morning turned into a day of unimaginable horror as police discovered the brutal murders of 4 University of Idaho students. The investigation that followed would be a complex, gripping journey, leading authorities to a suspect whose ordinary facade hid a dark, extraordinary truth. This is the story of the University of Idaho murders and the enigmatic figure at its center, Bryan Kohberger. Ethan Chapin, 20, Zana Kernodle, 20, Madison Mogan, 21, and Kaylee Goncalves, 21, were found stabbed to death in their off-campus residence. The brutality of the attack, with some wounds being defensive in nature, hinted at a level of rage and calculation that would challenge investigators. As the police began to process the crime scene, they knew they were dealing with a case that would test their skills and the community's resolve. The Latah County Sheriff's Office, assisted by the FBI, launched a meticulous investigation. Security footage, DNA samples, and witness statements were meticulously collected and analyzed. The police sought information about a white Hyundai Elantra seen near the crime scene, a lead that would eventually prove pivotal. As the community came together to support the victims' families, the police worked tirelessly to piece together the events of that fateful night. Weeks into the investigation, on December 30th, 2022, authorities arrested Bryan Christopher Kohberger, a 28-year-old PhD student in the Department of Criminal Justice and Criminology at Washington State University. Kohberger's background, marked by a fascination with true crime stories and a history of obsessive behavior, began to unravel. The contrast between his academic pursuits and the allegations against him would spark widespread interest and debate. Kohberger, originally from Pennsylvania, had been living in Pullman, Washington, and had reportedly been seen in the area around the time of the murders. His online activity revealed a fascination with violence and a desire for control, a toxic mix that may have ultimately led him to commit the unspeakable crimes. Yet as the investigation continued, more questions emerged about the depths of his psychological state and the motivations behind his actions. The affidavit for Kohberger's arrest revealed a DNA sample from the crime scene that matched a DNA profile obtained from trash found at the Kohberger family home. A white Hyundai Elantra, matching the vehicle described in the initial police appeal, was found at the Kohberger residence. Bryan Kohberger was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of burglary. The prosecution's case against him is built on a combination of physical evidence, witness testimony, and digital forensics. The University of Idaho murders have left an indelible mark on the community. The victims' families, friends, and the broader student body have come together to mourn and seek justice. The university has implemented additional security measures and counseling services to support those affected. As the legal process unfolds, the community remains vigilant, seeking answers and closure. The trial of Bryan Kohberger promises to be a pivotal moment in the pursuit of justice for Ethan, Zana, Madison, and Kaylee. As the case progresses, more details will emerge, shedding light on the events of that tragic night. The University of Idaho and the town of Moscow will continue to heal, but the memory of the 4 lives lost will endure, a reminder of the devastating consequences of violence. The University of Idaho murders serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the darkness that can exist within human beings. As we reflect on the events and the investigation of Bryan Kohberger, we honor the memories of the victims and their families. We are also reminded of the importance of empathy, vigilance, and the pursuit of truth in the face of evil. May the memories of Ethan, Zana, Madison, and Kaylee never fade, and may justice bring solace to those who mourn their loss.